before I knew what attachment was,
Mm.
I felt safe. She was my safe place. There was no other safe place for me other than my dog. And when I was struggling with my mental health and my depression and my suicidal ideation, I had no safe place to put that. I had no safe place to go with that except for my dog. I sure as heck wasn't safe in my faith community with all of these things. I mean, hello, religious trauma and expectations. I
Hmm.
wasn't safe there. I couldn't, my family was struggling with me enough. They couldn't be. Even therapy helped, but you guys, it was my dog. I was securely attached to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All my other attachments were anxious. They were avoidant. They were maladaptive attachments, but not to my dog. And when I
Mm.
realized that and that attachment piece fell into place, it was a huge validation. And I was able to remove the last shreds of stigma and shame around grieving for my dog because now it made complete sense to me. So
Welcome to Healing Conversations podcast.
Podcast.
Yes.
Mm.
my truly safe place, that truly safe soul that carried everything for me. She couldn't fix anything. She couldn't make me a cup of tea. She couldn't hug me around the neck. She just drooled in my face until I got out of bed. And she stayed by my side always. She followed me everywhere.
Yeah.
I was her person, and she was my support.
Mm.
Everything else that came with my mental health recovery was kind of secondary to her being my very first safe place.
Mm.
And that really highlighted for me how important it is to create safe spaces and why it just reconfirms why that is so important to me now. That is my passion. Create safe spaces,
Mm.
particularly within faith communities, because faith communities most of the time don't know they're not safe.
Hmm.
So I'm actually training right now. I'm doing the Train the Trainer program with Dr. Tori right now to become a certified ACEs trainer. And then I'm going to craft and create a training program that I can offer to faith communities about why they should care about ACEs and how it can impact them, and how once they are aware and they have the education around that, they can look at their processes and their approaches to people who are in pain and their approaches to people who come in, and why do people not feel safe in our church? That's not okay with me. I want my church to be a safe space for everyone. Big E everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
If my leg's broken, and it was, go straight to the hospital. That's my safe space for that.
Hmm.
Right? There are community resources. If there's food insecurity, if there's domestic abuse, if there's whatever, there are resources for that. Our faith communities must be spiritual and emotional safe places and a resource. That's where we can stand in the gap, not as something that's going to fix anyone, but we can stand in the gap for that peer support and
Hmm.
create a safe space for people and hold their hand and then take them by the hand to put their hand in someone else's hand, whether it be a therapist, whether it be community resources, whether it be a doctor, whether it be professional oversight for whatever they need. Peer
Yeah.
support fills that very important gap
Mm-hmm.
when you are so down and so discouraged and so wounded and so hurt that you literally do not have the strength and the capacity to reach out for yourself. Peer support can come and step in that gap and take your hand and reach in to you and
Mm-hmm.
walk with you through that and go with you to those resources to help you get the support that you need. And that's loving people like Jesus did.
Yes. Thank you for being that cheerleader, this mouthpiece, this bullhorn.
Mm.
This has been such a rich opportunity to hear the ways that we can allow ourselves grace in our grieving. Um, and that invitation you gave to Raymel earlier about seeing things differently in navigating holding someone else, because like you were saying with the peer support, it's very helpful when someone is able to reach in and they have that strength, they have that capacity. But when we don't have that strength and we don't have that capacity, it's not going to, like you said, give their hand to someone else's hand. So I really appreciate that moment that you offered to Raymel and to all of us. Raymel, are there any closing thoughts before we get into our tips?
Oh my God, Lisa, you just had me tuned in. I'm like
Yeah, right? It was like,
leaning in because it was such a just so many gems that you just came with as I knew you would.
mhm,
Um, but what really just would settle for me was how, for one, you had two princesses, your
Hmm.
childhood princess and then your current recent princess, and that safety that they gave you, that security. And it just makes me think about my dog that I had, Chi Chi. Um, and I remember there was a time where I thought I was gonna have to put her down because she was having some health issues. And it was one of the hardest things that I thought I was gonna have to do. Thank goodness I was able to find another a way because she was still like somewhat young and healthy. And during that time, that was COVID. And that's when like everything was shut down and they were like making a social distance. And when I found out about her condition, I took her to this ER and they gave me like for one, they were trying to charge me an arm, a leg, a toe, a ear, and an eye for the
Hmm.
procedure. And two, they were just making it seem like, well, if you don't do this now, then she won't make it. And I didn't have the money at the time, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to put her down. And I cried and I cried and I cried and I just said, God, please, if there's another way, please give me an answer. Because right now I don't know what to do outside of just putting her down. And I remember they called me and they told me to come in and to say goodbye to her. And she was in the room and on the table. And I just like lay with her and I just said, I'm sorry. And I'm like, God, please, please, please let me know. And my go-to would be my uncle to give me support as far as finances. And he wasn't budging. He was like, but I didn't tell him it was for a dog because I knew he would not have had such a big heart. And he would have just like, well, she got to go down. And he was not like wanting to give me any support financially. And then I had a cousin who I was just like, she called me out the blue. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm about to put my dog down. I need to like pay for this. And she Zelled me the money.
mhm,
My prayer was answered. And I was able to take Chi Chi home. I found another doctor. They can do the procedure the next day. And when I took her to the doctor or the vet, they were like, she's still healthy. Why would they suggest like she has to get put down right away? So they were able to do the procedure. And it was a learning experience because it showed me that I genuinely loved her. Like you said, Sister Angelique, about your ex. Like, I didn't realize how much I loved her until that was going to be the option that I had to give her. And it was one of the most heart-opening experiences because
yeah,
it gave me that like space to really feel a lot of the emotions that were suppressed. And
yeah,
it allowed me to open up and grieve not just her, but other people and other things that I have been detached
yeah,
from. So I thank you for sharing your current experience because it really allowed me to have that remembrance of what I almost did experience. And it is, I don't care if people were like, it's just a pet. No, it's not just a pet. It's
Mm-mm.
not just a pet. That is your family. That is your child. That is your loved one that
Yes.
has carried you and supported
Yeah.
you and been there for you in a
Yeah.
way that real life people can't do often at times.
Hmm.
So that's just where I just love that we're giving space to
Yeah.
pet owners and to
Yeah.
loved ones because once again, we often don't talk about this and we're just like, oh yeah, it happened, get over it. That's a lot of the world's way of thinking about it. Get over
Hmm.
it, operate, still
Hmm.
live your life. But when a part of your life is now feeling like it's missing, that's just not something you can
Yeah.
move through and feel
Yeah.
like you are back to you. There's a
mm,
process, there's a procedure, there's a way that you have to really give yourself that time and space to get to. So with that, we go into our tips. And Lisa, we're going to give you the floor to give 3 tips that you want to lend to others that are navigating through grief and just ways that they could really have support in moving through it.
Mm.
Well, number one is always going to be it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel what you're feeling, but you don't have to do that alone.
Mm,
If you ask for that safe person will emerge.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the universe, pray for it. Whatever your language is, whatever your practice is, if you need that safe space, it will emerge for you. I believe that. I've
hmm
experienced that personally. It happens for me. I believe it's going to happen for you too. So it's okay to struggle. It's not okay to struggle alone. Don't do that. Don't be alone. Um, Number two, as best you can, when you are in the moments of the deepest disruptive grief and it is sidelining you, do your best to self-regulate. Try to step even a half a step or a full step outside of that emotion and look at it as information and sit with it and ask for insight. What
hmm
do I need to learn from this? What are the things that are not making sense to me in this grief experience? And if you sit with it and if you ask for the answers, it'll be revealed to you. It will emerge for you. Look at your grief as information, and it will
hmm
tell you some really, really interesting things. Number three, I would really love to change the language, get over it.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Can we make that shift out of get over it to we say things like sit with it, we say things like process it. Can we also say integrate it?
mm,
Integrate it. Integrate your grief. It is now part of you. It is never not going to be part of you now.
Mm-hmm.
Grief doesn't come and go. It's just always there. And sometimes it comes up and knocks on your door and say, "Hey, hey, I need some attention."
hmm
Pay attention to it. It'll fade. It'll go back. I like to think of it as a train, if this makes sense. Because I'm a Jesus follower. Me and Jesus are in the engine room. Okay. And then the other cars in the train, there's there's a baggage car, there's an entertainment car with PlayStations and big screens. There's a dining car, there's a dance car, there's a therapy, oh God, there's a therapy car. Okay. All of my emotions, all of my grief, all of the things, the anger, the joy, the happy, the sad, that all of those things are somewhere on the train. They're all welcome. They're all coming along with me. I'm not leaving any of them behind. But every once in a while, one of them gets activated and they come banging on the door to the engine room. Hey, I don't like where we're going. I don't like what we're doing. I want you to let me in. So what I've got is I've got a little door and I open that door, I open that window on the door and I spend time with it. I allow it to inform me, but I don't allow it to make the decisions.
mm,
Grief does not get to decide how I behave. It informs me into the behavior of sitting with my grief and crying when I need to cry. It informs me in how I now show up with a heightened empathy for other people that are grieving. It is important. It is an important part. I am integrating it into who I am, and it informs me in really important ways. But when it gets activated and it needs attention, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to pay attention like it is right now. I'm going to get it a therapist because that's what it deserves.
mm,
Yes.
Anger, rage, euphoria, all of the emotions, they are all welcome.
Mm-hmm.
They are essential. And I want to hear from them, but not once am I going to open the door and let them in the engine room.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Yes, ma'am.
So let's change that language around just get over it to integrate it, let it inform you.
mm,
Yes. Ooh, we just to do a quick little rundown of these tips. Thank you, Lisa.
Hmm.
First, she shared that it's okay to feel, it's okay to struggle, but you don't have to do it alone. So
Hmm.
ask for a safe person, send that vibration out, and
Yeah.
allow the universe, allow God, allow Source to bring that to you. Her second tip was do your best to self regulate and step back. Look at your grief as information and what it's trying to um, teach you, what information it's giving you, what you can learn from it. And then her third tip, really powerful, all of them great, was integrate it. Don't try to get over it. Integrate it. Allow it to come to the door and spend time with it, but you don't have to let it drive the train. I love that analogy. So good.
Hmm.
You are such a wealth of wisdom, Lisa. And this just came at such a perfect time for me. And
Mhm.
I'm really grateful that you decided to share your time and your energy with us today, and that you're continuing to amplify safe spaces in places where they are much needed. So, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. What an incredible honor. I have a gift for you, and I have a gift for your listeners today.
Yes, drop all
If
of your
you're
information.
interested,
Yes,
if
yes.
you are interested in learning more about my story and reading my memoir, The Ninth Child, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Audible. I narrated it, so it is on Audible. You can get it those ways, but if you want the really nice fancy cover with extra stuff and it'll get signed by me, you can get that from my website, lisamayleblanc.com. And here's the gift. I have a discount code for you. The
Mm.
discount code is T numeral 9 C BV for Be Victorious. That is the discount code that I created for the Be Victorious community, for our healing community. And I'm giving that to everyone. That'll give you 20%, 20% off. Yeah. That'll give
Yeah.
you a discount code. You guys can use that. T9C for the ninth child, BV for Be Victorious.
Yes.
Go to my website,
Wonderful.
lisamayleblanc.com. You can click on it. But there's also an e-reader. If you're an e-reader like me, there's a digital download. There's the Audible copy. There's the Amazon copy that you can get overnight if you want it. Or if you want a signed copy by me, you can get it from through my website and with that use that discount code.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. See, today is full of giving.
Yeah.
And where
Mhm.
can they follow you on social if they want to follow you and tune in to Lattes with Lisa?
Mm,
Let them know where they could tune in.
absolutely. Lattes with Lisa now happens every other Tuesday because I am realizing I need a little bit of extra space to manage my grief, to manage the emotions that are coming up. I need space for my own treatment, for my own healing. And I need space. I'm doing homework now. I'm taking this course and I have to figure out how does a Google Classroom work? I have no idea. I still trying to figure it out. So I need time and space to do all those things. So Lattes with Lisa now happens every second Tuesday. But the next one is coming up on the 10th. So this next Tuesday. And it happens on Instagram, Lisa May LeBlanc, and it happens at 11 a.m. Mountain Time because that's the time zone I'm in. I am hopeless with time zones. I'm not going to do those calculations for you. It's easy for you guys because I know, 11 o'clock for me is 10 o'clock for you. So, okay, I can figure that much out. So every other Tuesday, follow me on Instagram and you'll see the notification come up. Oh, it's happening tomorrow every other Tuesday, and the next episode is on the 10th next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yes, I'm so
Yes.
excited to tune in. Y'all, today we knew it was gonna be full of fires, full of
Mhm.
gem, full of tears. I seen you getting choked up, Sister Angelique, as Lisa was sharing. But my wish is that it's brought some awareness, some support, and some form of guidance for you on your journey as you are moving through grief and not trying to rush to get to the other side, but giving yourself that space to be on whatever side you may be as you are navigating through grief. Yeah, we have so much more. And Lisa's gonna come back. This is not her gonna be her first time in
Absolutely.
Healing Conversation. She will definitely be back to drop some more gems as she just did today. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and let us know what you got from this because your feedback allows us to know what you want and how we can give it to you.
Hmm. Yes. So thank you for joining us today. We will catch you on the next episode.
Yes, bye.
Bye.